Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears to some of the travails that are taking place in our cities, states, our country, and even sometimes around the world. And we are noticing that many of our young people are having a lot of problems with mental illness and other issues that are taking over their lives. And this is an Ohio mother, straight out of Ohio, who ended up going on vacation. And her daughter, when she came back, left her daughter alone. And when she came back, her daughter was deceased. So let's go. Ohio mother sentenced for leaving toddler alone to die while she went on vacation. An Ohio mother who left her 16-month-old daughter in a playpen while she went on vacation was sentenced on Monday to life in prison without parole for the toddler's death. Crystal Candelario, 32, pleaded guilty in February to one count of aggravated murder and one count of endangering children in a deal with prosecutors that dropped 2 murder counts and a felonious assault charge. Prosecutors said on June 6, 2023, Candelario left her daughter, Jalen Candelario, alone and unattended in a playpen at her home in Cleveland for 10 days. 10 days. While she traveled to Puerto Rico and Detroit, Michigan. When she returned, Candelario found her daughter deceased and called 911. Investigators soon found that Jalen was extremely dehydrated at the time of her death. On Monday, Assistant Cuyahoga County Prosecutor Anna Faraglia presented a PowerPoint showing court photos of Candelaria smiling and partying with friends in Puerto Rico. The prosecution also played a recording from a Ring doorbell camera of Jalen screaming more than 2 days after being left in the house alone. Candelario lied to police about her vacation, and evidence later showed that she redressed her daughter before police initially came to the scene, the prosecution said. Candelario's attorney, Derek Smith, said she struggled with mental health issues and had tried to kill herself by overdose in 2023, after which she was given antidepressants. Smith said she stopped taking the medication and that influenced her judgment in the time that she left Jalen and went on vacation. In a statement to the court, Candelaria Rowe said, "There's so much pain that I have in regards to the loss of my baby, and that every day I ask forgiveness from God and from my daughter, Jalen. I'm extremely hurt about everything that happened," she said. "I'm not trying to justify my actions, but nobody knew how much I was suffering and what was going on through me." Cuyahoga County Judge Brendan Sheehan said Candelario, through her actions, committed the ultimate act of betrayal. Leaving your baby terrified, alone, and unprotected to suffer what I heard was the most gruesome death imaginable, with no food, no water, he said. The evidence that I've witnessed here before this court shows that this time you simply chose not to be here because you wanted to have fun. You decided you needed a vacation, and what followed was absolute depravity. Just as you didn't leave Jalen out of her confinement until she died, so too you should spend the rest of your life in a cell without freedom. And for those that follow me, I talk about the 7 or 8 pillars that are destroying the moral and ethical fabric of our society. And mental health issues is at the top. The opioid crisis, homelessness, joblessness, hopelessness, the inhumane treatment that we are treating each other with today is killing us. Gun violence, and etc. This young lady, we're seeing a high preponderance of people in their 20s and 30s that are causing harm to their own family members. Just when we think that there's chaos and disruption outside in our cities and our communities and our states, there's chaos and disruption within our homes. And mental illness is real. 1 in 5, the statistics show that 1 in 5 individuals are having mental illness crises and need help. That's 20% of our population of about 360 million people. So that would tell you there's about 72 million people in America that are suffering. If you see family members in need, whether it was her parents or ancillary relatives, uncles, aunts, that saw that she was struggling, reach out to these individuals, because what she did to her daughter was callous, heartless, emotionless, and this is the child that she gave birth to. And if you could give that kind of heartless and inhumane disruption and leave her child for 10 days, how do you think she would feel about anybody that she's dating or that she knows? And supposedly she has another child. She had 2 children. And this 16-month-old is the one who passed away due to her neglect. And many of these young people today are so distracted with so many things that are going on with technological advancements. Everything is at a push of a button. We have OnlyFans, Instagram models. Nobody wants to go to school anymore. A library is basically a dinosaur and extinct. Everybody wants to be an athlete or an entertainer. And her callousness and how she treated her own daughter and the person that she gave birth to is abominable. But we're seeing several. I can almost do a video every day about young people that are so angry and so hateful. We have way too many high school fights with teenagers. There's a high propensity of young girls that are fighting more than the boys. We have too many schools in our urban market that when you walk into them, you walk through a metal detector, and there are metal bars on the windows, which is a subconscious preparation for incarceration. How do you learn calculus and chemistry when you're walking into a school that has 15 security guards or off-duty police officers there, and you're walking through metal detectors and people are fighting each and every day? They're more concerned about fighting than learning. And then you have kids that are sitting out there, 50 to 100, that are watching fights after school as it's some kind of form of UFC entertainment. This young lady was 32 years old, of Hispanic descent, and her vacation, chasing the bag, and her own self-fulfillment and narcissism was more important than her daughter. And her daughter ended up dying. Now she's going to spend the rest of her life in prison, and we have to address mental health issues. In the medical paradigm, mental health is at the bottom because you can't see it on an x-ray. You can't notice it through a broken bone. And many people in the medical community and politicians castigate mental health issues as if it's something lesser than diabetes, heart disease, or cancer. But 20% of our population has it. And this is a clear indication for this young lady to vacate her daughter and go on vacation, and her daughter end up passing. Tell me what you think about this Ohio mother. This has been the Trevor Donald Experience.